Good morning, this is Testel, and today is February 22nd of 2020. It's the first year of the first decade. Um, this video is a random update, so um, you'll probably hear me mumbling or scrambling in words because I don't have the habit of writing a script. So what I'm doing right now is just a practice update and also to tell you what I have. Um, Remember last year I bought my first video camera for vlogging, and remember the DJI Osmo Pocket? This one here. Um, I'm pretty sure you know about the DJI Osmo Pocket, but for those who hasn't heard about it, um, this one is the DJI Osmo Pocket. It has a small camera and in a gimbal. So I've used this in September. I've been using it for my travel. I went to Hawaii, if you remember, in Maui, that I've used this one. And I did a couple of hiking where I practiced using this. Actually, I also did like just walking around the block with just using my DJI Osmo Pocket. And recently, I went to Arizona with my friends, and we went to see the antelope and the horseshoe bend. It's a beautiful place. It um, it's a photographer's haven, if you call it. So I brought my DSLR, hoping that I could take a few nice shots, especially inside the antelope. But because of the popularity of that place, there's a lot of tourists, so there's a queue in going into the canyons, and they don't allow take video. It's like if you have a DSLR, it's impossible to just stop and do a lot of photos in there. So I've used mostly my iPhone in there. So this year I decided to buy a new camera. After reading and watching a lot of videos about mirrorless, and I was eyeing on the Fujifilm T30 because it's light and it's friendly for beginners, but then the price is very expensive for me, and we're talking about just the base price with just the lens kit. And then if you have to upgrade for more nicer lens, which is more expensive. So there are three things that I was looking for when I was buying camera. That's the easy use and powerful enough that it will get beautiful uh, photos and beautiful video where there's an stabilizations built in, there's a fast autofocus and things like that. And third is that it's easy enough to carry with you. Like it's not as cumbersome as carrying a DSLR because it's heavy, and I normally travel with a backpack and I don't like carrying too much. So I think the key is anything that is easy to use, easy to carry, and takes a good video. Actually, Osmo Pocket is actually good for that one. But Osmo Pocket, I can't take good photos with it. So I normally use my iPhone just to take a photo. And then I thought maybe I'll get one of the Canon G7X. Just to make it short, I decided to go towards the new Sony RX100 Mark VII. So this is the one here. This is my new camera. It's very small. See, it just fits my palm here like this. And the only trick about this is that there's too many functions. So for the last 2 weeks, I've been reading much about how to use this camera because it's very powerful. And the price is quite expensive. It's almost similar to the mirrorless camera, but I don't need to buy lens anymore. So this is just good enough. It has a zoom lens. If you want to read more on the Sony RX100 Mark VII, you just go to the YouTube because that's where I went. I watched a lot of tutorials on how to use this camera. So I can't wait to use it on my next travel. Yes, so that's about it for my gadget. And as for uh, my next trip, I will talk to you about it again later.